When the world shifts, when certainty fades, when the structures once relied upon begin to tremble, there's something deeper that remains, something real, something undeniable. Authenticity. Because when the storm arrives, people, they don't look for more rules. They look for realness. They don't follow instructions, they follow presence. And presence, true, grounded, unshakable presence, comes from alignment. Not just showing up, not just going through the motions, but being there fully. Mind, body, vision, purpose. Because in crisis, skill alone, it's not enough. Information is not enough. Something deeper must guide action. Something beyond strategy, beyond tactics. And that something is you. Because people, they don't follow leaders because of titles. They follow certainty. They follow clarity. They follow those who are connected to something greater than themselves. A vision, a purpose, a knowing. And what happens when that knowing is missing? When a leader is playing a role instead of embodying their truth. Inauthenticity seeps in. Energy is lost and trust erodes. Authenticity is not a role you play, it's the foundation you stand on. Managers focus on the external. Resources, execution, efficiency. Leaders operate at a different level. Not just the how, but the why. Not just what must be done, but for whom. For what greater reason? Leadership is the art of managing and creating change. The ability to step into uncertainty, not just survive but shape the future. And the key to that is the inner game. Because the way you lead others, it's a reflection of how you lead yourself. The way you manage your thoughts, your emotions, your state. This is what determines whether you inspire or drain. Whether you empower or create doubt. Because when you step into fear, even in silence, others feel it. When you hold presence, even without a word, they feel that too. This is leadership at its core. Not just what you say, but what you embody. Not just changing behaviour, but shifting minds. Not just giving instructions, but igniting vision. Because performance follows belief. Change your mind and your actions follow effortlessly. Try to force change without shifting the underlying belief, and resistance emerges. Managers enforce structure, leaders open minds. And to lead at the highest level, to lead authentically, one must master not just the external game, but the inner game, the game of energy, state and presence. Because when a leader loses their state, their energy drains, their power fades, their influence weakens. When they stay centered, when they master presence, they become a force. Because leadership isn't about forcing, it's about alignment, about clearing the noise, dissolving the fear, and stepping into that effortless zone where everything just flows. The state of knowing, the state of certainty, the state of influence. It's not magic, but it is structure. It's not luck, but it's mastery. And the tools, they're simple. The only thing left to do is to use them. And as you listen now, your mind begins to explore. You might already start to notice something shifting, a new awareness, a deeper understanding. Because as the world turns, as certainty fades, as the structures of yesterday dissolve into the opportunities of tomorrow, there's something constant, something unshakable, something already within you. And that is authenticity. Not something you create, not something you pretend to be, but something you uncover, something you return to, something you embody. Because leadership, it's not about pretending, it's not about acting, it's about presence. And presence, it's a feeling, an energy, a knowing. It's the certainty that doesn't need words, the trust that doesn't need explanation, the quiet confidence that moves mountains without force. When you think about those moments, those times when you just knew, when everything felt aligned, when action felt effortless, that was authenticity. That was leadership. That was the moment when everything just worked. Because leadership, it's not about control. It's not about effort. It's about flow. And the more you try to force it, the more it slips away. Because real influence, real leadership, comes from something deeper. Something beyond tactics, beyond strategy, beyond words. It comes from within. And as you let that settle in, as your unconscious mind begins to integrate that truth, you might already start to see things differently. Because the greatest leaders, they don't lead with instructions, they lead with vision. They don't push, they pull. They don't demand, they inspire. And as you think about this now, as you imagine stepping into that role fully, you begin to realise you already know how. Because leadership is not something you learn, it's something you remember, something you awaken. And as you feel that awakening now, that deep knowing inside you that's always been there, you can begin to trust it. Because leadership is not a position, it's a state. And that state is accessible to you now. Because you already know what happens when leadership is absent. You've seen the waste, the inefficiency, the drain of energy, when people are lost, when direction is missing, when fear takes over. And you know, when you shift your state, when you step into presence, when you own that space, everything changes. Because it's not about managing tasks, it's about shifting minds. It's not about forcing behaviour, it's about unlocking belief. And as you feel that now, as your mind reorganises itself around this deeper truth, you might notice a lightness, a clarity, a feeling of deep certainty that this is who you are. Because the difference between struggle and ease, between effort and flow, between resistance and impact is state. When you master that, when you step fully into your zone, when you align your energy with your vision, things move, people respond, change happens, not through force, but through presence. Because the greatest leaders, they don't speak louder, they don't work harder, they don't demand more, they simply are more grounded, more clear, more certain. And that certainty, it spreads, like a ripple, like a wave, like a force that moves through everything that it touches. And as you step into that now, as your mind integrates that deeper truth, as you begin to see, feel, and become that energy, you realise something powerful. This is not new. This is not something you're learning. This is something you're remembering. Because deep down, you've always known, and now it's time to step into it fully.